Hello, welcome back to the Wildlands.
It's all over. It's the end of the road for our visa saga. But first, I'm going to have my breakfast, which I'm going to warm up on the log burner. How many wheelbarrows is that, Greg? 6 or 7?
About 3 too many.
And I think something that maybe we've not driven home is certainly for me, and I think you're probably the same, over the last 2 months since we got the decline, when we appealed, I kind of lost the will of on the land. I didn't have my kind of mojo. It felt like, well, if we're going to have to leave, or if we're not going to be able to live here, or we're only here 90 out of 180 days if we follow the Schengen, I just lost my motivation. In July 2021, with the increase in travel restrictions caused by Brexit and the pandemic, we decided to buy off-grid land in Portugal to live a more sustainable lifestyle.
Follow along with our journey as we turn our beautiful but derelict land into our very own slice of off-grid heaven. Wildlands. Hello, welcome back to the Wildlands.
It's all over. It's the end of the road for our visa saga. So the Portuguese consulate have emailed us and said that we need to go back to London.
To get the visa stamps in our passports, baby!
Woo!
Yeah! We got our visas. We got our visas.
I know.
We got
land,
them.
We own it, and we got a visa to live here.
Yay! Unbelievable. Absolutely mind-blowing. I honestly did not think that we were actually ever going to get it. I thought it was just going to be the thing that went on and on.
No, I mean, I was trying to sort of positively manifest.
Sure.
We're going to get our visa,
Yeah.
we'll be fine. But it was like, to be honest, the last, when we got declined after going back to London, 3 months ago now, I really thought that we were going to get the visa. Then everything, we ticked all the boxes, and I was actually completely shocked that we didn't get it then. So then when we appealed, our final appeal, then when we had the mistake or the cock up that we told you about in a previous video where our complaint wasn't put forward, and then they put our complaint through as the appeal, which was incorrect, even though we had confirmation they weren't doing that. We then had to pay again to put the appeal in. I just thought, mate, it's just a never-ending pool of money. £3,000 it's cost us to reappeal.
With 1 year and 10 months from the point of our first application.
Aside from the £3,000 and the 1 year and 10 months and the stress along the way, we've been here for not far off a year and a half now, coming up. And that's been wonderful. And now we've got our visa. So now the way that works is Missy's going to fly back to run one of our events.
Yes, I do have to go back to London.
Yeah.
And I just want to interject, I hope that you'll forgive us for our little bit of clickbait. This is the last time we can make a video about the visa process, really. And it was just too good an opportunity to resist. So don't be cross. It was funny. I do have to go back to London.
Yeah. And we spoke to the consulate and we got special permission so that just Missy's going back because she has to work in London the same weekend. So she's booked an appointment at the consulate, and what they do is they put a stamp in your passport saying you're free to travel outside of the Schengen rules into Portugal at your leisure, but within 120 days. And then at that point you make an appointment at the CEF, which in this case the consulate very kindly already done for us, and you go to the CEF. The CEF, for those of you that are not in Portugal and may not know, are immigration and border control, and they do all kinds of visa stuff and all kinds of border related things. So we go to them and basically we get a biometric card which says that we're residents of Portugal, and that's valid for 1 year. And then at the end of that first year, we go back to the CEF and say nothing's changed, we still want to live here. And then they renew our biometric card for 2 years, and that happens for until 5 years is gone. And if we're still here, then we can become citizens of Portugal.
Yep, and at that point we have to take a test in Portuguese. A lot of people have asked us recently, do you have to learn Portuguese? And you do, which is absolutely fantastic and right and proper.
Absolutely.
If we're going to be living here after 5 years, I flipping hope that we should know some Portuguese.
Yeah.
So that's good.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, I can't stop grinning. everything is great. It's great.
And we did do a quick film literally the minute that we opened the email, which is a bit rickety because we were just sat having just had breakfast, I think.
Yeah, well, it was first coffees. We were bleary-eyed.
So let's take a look at that now.
Hello.
Morning, morning. Guess what just happened?
We're so smiling. It's ridiculous.
I'm actually crying.
Sitting here in the rain, flicking through my phone, go to check my emails, and I said, what? I can hardly, I'm shaking. I just have to read it to you. It says, I am pleased to inform you that your visa request has been approved.
What a battle.
So we've got an appointment at the CEF. They've made the appointment in April to require your residence permit. Blah, 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 blah. We got visas! We got visas! We got them! Yay! Oh, big celebrations.
Yeah.
Sam was excited too, aren't you? I'm excited!
9:45.
We got our visas! We got our visas! Yeah! Yeah! Oh, it's so exciting! We got them! So there you go, there's the good news, and look how scruffy we look. It's first thing in the morning, but then we just had to get the camera out. I was so excited, just read the email. Oh my god. So we applied in February
Of
2021,
Yeah.
and it's taken till now, and we've just got them.
So it's February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So it's 1 year and 10 months.
Year and 10 months to get our visas.
It's been so stressful, isn't it?
And thank you to all of you, because we know so many people were rooting for us and keeping your fingers and your toes crossed and praying for us and sending good vibes to the universe. We did it! We did it. Thank you so much. We're staying on the wildlands!
It's 9:45. Can I have a Jack Daniels?
Free! Okay, right, we'll calm ourselves and we'll see you later.
Absolutely fabulous news. And the first thing we did was obviously we told our family first and then out to our friends. And we told Greg and Lou, who you remember came to stay with us about a month ago, and they were they were doing the N2, so you should check out their videos of the N2 route through Central Portugal. And we thought they were on their way back to the UK, and when we told them, they said, oh mate, we've got to come round for a beer. So they drove for 5 hours off their route, came back here so that we could have a beer. Man, did we have a beer, didn't we? We had a lovely, lovely party time with them. It was really nice to have friends to celebrate with right then and there on the same day, so that was exciting. And we also popped out for lunch, celebratory lunch. We did.
We don't usually go out for lunches like that and do takeaways and stuff, but we treated ourselves. So we went and had a nice noodles and rice and stuff in Castelo Branco.
So again, we filmed that, so have a look at our celebratory lunch. And then when we get back from our celebration lunch, then Greg arrived and the drinking commenced. And I've got some footage of that as well to show you. So enjoy that.
Town to celebrate our visa. What a happy day. It's like an early Christmas present.
I got noodles, I got the chips, I got bubble tea.
Rosie got noodles and Rosie got chips. And I got fried rice. And look at those, they look good, don't they?
excited.
Excited? How's your visa treat lunch?
Oh my goodness, it's so yummy.
It tastes even better than normal.
It does, everything's better than normal. Sitting here with a big grin on my face. Hey!
There we go, all finished. Yummy, I'm all satiated. And really good news, when I've let people know, Greg was still in the area with Lou, so they're coming all the way back to celebrate. So I think we might just have one beer later. We shall see. Let's have a toast to the visas.
To the visas and to the universe for allowing it to happen.
1 year and 10 months of waiting.
Cheers.
Cheers.
To the visa gods.
To your visas. Well done, guys.
Cheers. Thanks.
Long time coming, but well deserved. Congratulations.
So the next morning, with somewhat of a large hangover, Greg offered to help us out with some jobs, and they decided to stay for 2 or 3 days before they go up north to see friends on their way back to the Eurotunnel. So we got our gravelling of the drive done, which has become somewhat urgent because it's been so wet this year. We were getting extremely muddy puddles.
That was hard work. That gravel is heavy.
Yep.
You don't really, I totally underestimated it. I couldn't do more than half a wheelbarrow at a time because otherwise I just couldn't push the thing.
So Missy and Greg did the filling up of the wheelbarrows, and I tried to save my back. I just did a little bit of raking, and I was nominated as cameraman, wasn't I?
Yep.
But first, I'm going to have my breakfast, which I'm going to warm up on the log burner. Do you think that's going to cook on there? Seems to be working, doesn't it, Sybil? Might be too hot. We'll find out, won't we? Pizza on a log burner. With us today. She recognises Mr. Greg Virgo, and it's another exciting task on the wildlands. And you can tune in every week for more exciting episodes of Off-Grid Chores. How many wheelbarrows is that, Greg? 6 or 7?
About 3 too many.
Drive is now done. It was only a quick job just to fill in a few potholes that were coming through the rain. And then after that, Greg and I decided that we were going to put the fence up that I've mentioned in previous videos around the shade house so that the dogs can go free in that area.
Exciting.
Which is exciting. Yeah, I'm
That'd be so
really
nice
looking forward to that for them. It's going to be lovely. And it'll probably save my life because the amount of times I've tripped over the dog lead and nearly killed myself.
Yeah.
So I think it's a benefit all round.
Bowsaw, we got Greg Virgo, current Royal Champion Bowsaw. He does a mean cut, does Greg. Timber! He's So that's all the fence post in. You can see we've gone round. And thanks very much to Greg, who bashed all the posts in to save my back. So we've made a kind of rickety, circle-ish kind of shape around our living area. And this is basically to keep the dogs in so that they can be off the tether and be free. And we've kept this is Sybil's nest, we call it, because she likes to store things in the middle of this tree, so we've kept that. And then here is going to be a gate. So these two posts here are going to be the gate coming in. So we've got gate at the front, gate at the back, and then here I'm going to make one of Don's funky lattice work gates out of bits of pine and wood off the land. Same with the fencing here. So that's going to be like the nice gate that enters into the nursery. So I think I'll follow that all around here, as it's the main entrance into our living area. So I want it to look nice. So we'll get on with that over the next few weeks, get that finished, so that the dogs can be free. And thanks very much again to Greg and Lou for their help getting all the posts in. Thanks very much for all your support on the Visa and listening to all our wafflings over the past, my gosh, it's so long now, over a year here.
It's finally over. It is. Our Visa
no
saga.
more Visa saga.
Is done.
So
Thank
now you
goodness
can
for
look
that.
forward to videos about gardening. I bet you're excited.
We've got a few thank yous from Buy Me a Coffee. We've been gifted a few trees recently, which is really exciting. Can't wait to see them start growing next year. This one that looks dead but isn't is a cherry tree from Norma. Thank you very much, Norma. We were gifted an apple tree from Roxanne. We haven't had a chance to buy that yet, but we're looking forward to picking one of those out to join our Fuji and our Granny Smith in the down there in the garden. And a big thank you to Matt for buying us a massive lemon tree. You suggested that we make lemonade, and that's going to be absolutely fantastic. So thank you very much to everyone. There's a few more trees, plants, seeds and some books that are still on our Buy Me a Coffee wish list, and of course planks of wood and any little additions towards the cabin build that we're creating at the moment. So if you fancy popping over there and having a look and maybe supporting us here on the Wildlands, that would be fantastic. And if you can't support us in any other way than watching our channel, then that is absolutely fantastic too. And we thank you so much for helping us out and following our journeys.
So, as always, thanks very much for watching. Thanks so much for the support you've given us over the last year plus on our Visa. So happy that we're now legally here in Portugal with our Visa.
Yep.
It's absolutely amazing.
What a weight off our minds.
Absolutely. And I think something that maybe we've not driven home is certainly for me, and I think you're probably the same, over the last 2 months since we got the decline, when we appealed, I kind of lost the will of on the land. I didn't have my kind of mojo. It felt like, well, if we're going to have to leave, or if we're not going to be able to live here, or we're only here 90 out of the 180 days if we follow the Schengen, I just lost my motivation. So now I'm like, well, hey, you can get stuck in.
Yep.
We don't have to leave. So
we're going to start pumping water back up the well. We're going to get our pond lined, our big hole. I'm going to start sowing lots of seeds in the cold frame, getting some winter veg going. We've got all sorts of things planned now, haven't we?
We've got the cabin.
Let's go.
So the cabin, we're going to raise money through social media, which I mentioned before, to try and get that finished, to make the Wildlands self-sustaining, both food and financially speaking. So we'll make a video about that and give you more information of how you might be able to support us on the cabin build. So loads and loads to film, lots to do. So we're already getting stuck in. We've been working like nutters since we got approved, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yep. So if you haven't, and you want to follow our journeys going forward of how we turn a derelict piece of farmland into an oasis and our lives living off grid, do please pop a little subscribe button there. Give us a like, and we do love your comments, so leave us a comment. Thanks so much for watching.
We got visas!
We got our visas!
Visas! Bye!